Winter is coming. Winter is here. It's AEW Winter is Coming 3 in 2022. We're live in a second. Hit that like button.
Fuck you with a broomstick!
What's up, wrestling fans? It is Wednesday night, and Winter is Coming has came. We'll get to it in 1 second. Alrighty, so yeah, I got some things to say tonight. It was pretty good. I enjoyed a lot of this show tonight. I am going to criticize commentary again. I can't believe commentary has done this again. I have a major bone to pick with AEW commentary over some of this stuff, man. They got to fix this, bro. You got to fix this. Like, can you guys hold a meeting in the back? Listen, I thought Winter is Coming was good tonight. I really did. I enjoyed the show, and there's some great things about it. I'm going to talk a lot about a lot of things I loved tonight. But I have to address one of the issues I had, though, with the show is commentary. Again, they did this last week, and I don't remember what it was now. I was trying to think of what it was. But last week, one of the commentators, or the week before, basically said something about it being, like about wrestling being fake. They were like, oh, well, you know, he was supposed to do this. And I was like, well, what? Why would you say that? I think it was Excalibur that said it. Anybody in the chat remembers what it was? Let me know in the comment section, in the chat, rather, in the live chat. I'm watching the live chat. Because I don't remember what it was. Exactly. I don't remember exactly what it was. But it was something like that. Like, Excalibur said something stupid. And it was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it's like you're not supposed to tell people, hey, we all know this is all fake, and like, ha. Why would you say? Like, it was a very stupid thing that was said last week, and I don't remember now what it was, but I can figure it out for you. And here's the crazy thing: they did it again. They did it again, and I know somebody asked about the donation link. I'm sorry, it's not down below. I forgot to put it there today. I'll get it there right now. Hang on a second. If you want to donate to the show tonight, there's the link right there. Please support the show if you can. There it is. Okay. So, the link is up top, or you can super chat, whatever you want to do. So this week, it was something Excalibur said last week, and I don't remember about it. Oh, yeah, it was last week. Okay, yes. Thank you so much, guys. Yes, it was Taz. He said something about them having good chemistry. Okay, now, listen, you could argue that I was incorrect, that people talk about good chemistry in sports and stuff like that. But no, dude, he was talking about their chemistry in a weird way. I've never heard someone say, I mean, listen, pull me the clip. Pull me the clip of when somebody said, man, when Stone Cold and Bret Hart get in the ring together, there's such great chemistry. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess I don't remember ever hearing that. So listen, you could argue that one. You could argue that I was nitpicking Taz last week when I said that what he said was retarded. Like these guys have great chemistry. It's like, why would you say that? They're fighting. I know people have said, like, oh, Yankees, Red Sox, they have great chemistry. That's not even a thing I like to say either. These two guys can really put on a show. I mean, I guess you could argue that's not a good thing, right? So, whatever. But my point in saying this is that was a borderline last week. When I criticized Taz last week, and I said, saying these guys have great chemistry, I think that's an ill-advised thing to say in the wrestling business. I wouldn't say that. But it was borderline. Some people agreed. Some people disagreed. Some people thought I was nitpicking. But tonight, Taz did something which is undeniable. And if it was Taz again, and then there you go, it's Taz again. So Hook came out tonight to essentially sort of come to the aid of Jungle Boy, who was attacked out of nowhere. Like, he was having a match, and all of a sudden, Jungle Boy tonight was attacked. Nobody knew there was going to be an attack. There was an attack. Jungle Boy got his ass kicked. And then Hook came out. And what did Taz... What did Taz say? Hook comes out, which was already kind of weird because Hook is so tiny and it looks weird. I don't know how believable that was. But it was already kind of ridiculous. But then Taz made this, in my opinion, big mistake. Taz goes, man, what? I can't believe this. I didn't even know this was going to happen. I didn't know this was going to happen? Of course you didn't know it was going to happen. How could anybody know it was going to happen? Why would you say that you didn't know it was going to happen? Unless this is all fake wrestling and everything is planned and you really didn't know it was going to happen, so you said that. Like, I mean, why else would you say that, Taz? What does that even mean? I could take, I didn't even know Hook was in the building tonight. I didn't even know Hook was here. And normally we come together. He could have said that. I don't know what Hook is doing, coming out here to the aid of Jungle Boy. Whatever, he could have picked anything to say. But no, Taz said, I didn't know this was happening tonight. No shit. Nobody should know it was happening. Because Hook just came out to defend Jungle Boy out of nowhere after Jungle Boy was attacked out of nowhere. So how could anyone really know this was going to happen is beyond me. But for some reason, Taz said, I didn't even know this was going to happen. But, and listen, I don't want to hear the people that are like, oh, it's better than WWE commentary. Because you know what? It is better than WWE commentary. I don't give a shit if it is or isn't. I'm still going to criticize it. I don't give a fuck if it's better or not better. It's still not good enough. AEW commentary is hit or miss. Sometimes AEW commentary is like a 7 or an 8. Sometimes maybe. I go more like a 7.5 a lot of times. And then sometimes it's like a 5 or a 6. Like they get really retarded. And, man, Tony, my God, was terrible tonight. Tony was just like a mark tonight. He was like, my God, man. Like, I don't know, man. Man, he sucks sometimes. I mean, right now. Like, he just is in some funk. Tony Schiavone is one of the best announcers of all time. I love the guy normally. He was out of his fucking mind tonight, saying just weird shit. Taz is fucked. Taz keeps saying, like, Taz keeps breaking kayfabe on commentary. Like, dude, what are you doing, Taz? I didn't even know this was going to happen tonight. Why would you know? And Apollo, the leader, what are you talking about? Joe, it's because Hook's his son. He should know and be in the know. What do you mean he should know and be in the know? Yeah, behind the scenes, he should know and be in the know. But why, dude, would he say on the air, I didn't even know this was going to happen tonight? Like, are you breaking kayfabe to, like, wink at everybody or something? Why would you do that? Why would you destroy the business more? You know what I mean? What are you doing? This is the second week in a row, and this is the fourth time Taz has done this, where he just says shit that is like Mark stuff. He says things that I would say watching from home. He says things that you would say. He says things that we would say in the chat while watching. You know what I mean? He says things like, if me and Taz were watching AEW on a Discord together, and he was watching, and we were talking about the show, watching it, but he wasn't a commentator, he'd be like, man, I didn't even know this was happening tonight. Damn. Like, Taz, you didn't know Hook was coming out, man? He didn't tell you what was up? No, he didn't even tell me, man. Why? Yeah, great. That makes sense. Why would you say that on the air, though? Oh, I didn't even know this was happening tonight. No shit, because it was a random attack. Jungle Boy was randomly attacked, and then Hook randomly came out. So you should have been like, what the hell? What are you doing, Hook? I don't know what Hook's doing. Man, what a surprise to see. That's a surprise to me, man. Hook wasn't scheduled to come out and do anything tonight, but I guess he's out here because he's got Jungle Boy's back or something like that. Any of that would have made sense because you would have said that. But just saying I didn't know this was going to happen. Why would you say that? You wouldn't say that unless this was all fake. And you literally were surprised that on the fake wrestling show, the script, it wasn't there. It was a weird thing to say. I know. I'm sorry. I know I'm nitpicking. This is so ridiculous. It was a great show tonight. I just wanted to carry this point over because it's a continuation of what I started bitching about last week. And there are times where I like Taz on commentary, but I'm just saying that is a weird thing to say. And it's not the first time that Taz has sounded kind of like a Mark or somebody on the commentary. He doesn't sound like a commentator. He sounds like a fan who's commentating on who's working, a fan who's there who is on commentary and he's forgetting he's on commentary. And he's supposed to be pretending to be the commentator, not dropping kayfabe stuff. What are you doing? So I want to thank the Ghost from the Coast earlier tonight. He dropped a big donation on $50 my afternoon stream. Thank you to Ghost from the Coast.
Shit bum.
And now we get a shit bum.
Joe,
Yo.
Did you see Ric Flair's podcast?
Yes.
He was pissed at Junior for the Dark Side episode and him revealing that Flair owed the IRS. He said he lost respect for him.
I don't know why. I tell everybody I owe the IRS every day. What a big deal that is. But yes, I saw it, and Ric Flair was also upset about something else that JR said, actually, but I guess it was edited weird, and JR got mad about that. But, I think JR was just trying to speak candidly, and he wasn't thinking about how Ric Flair was going to get pissed off later, and now that Ric Flair is upset, now he's kind of like, oh, damn, So I do think that they sort of edited that video a little bit sideways on JR, but listen, I don't know. If I was Ric Flair and I'm 80-something years old and whatever it is and almost dead several times, I just would have said, I wasn't happy about what JR did, but I called him and we talked about it. It's all good, whatever. You know what I mean? Make up because you're old and you never know who's going to die and whatever the fuck. Why would you want to have any kind of ill will, even if you're upset, right? Even if, whatever. I advise Ric Flair, to just say, hey, listen, it is what it is. JR needs attention. I love him still. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, though, about that. I get it. And all tonight. So a lot of people have heard me say this over the years. One of my favorite themes ever is that NBA theme. Back in the 90s. Boom, ba, 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 da, da, da. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls face the Mavericks in an exciting Game 7 for the NBA championship. That sound back when the NBA was on, when Michael Jordan was playing, and they played that dun 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 dun. You were fired up all the time. I don't know why tonight we were hearing it over and over again, and maybe, in a few minutes we're going to jump over to Discord, and Devious Dave Rose is actually standing by, and maybe he'll know why, but I don't know why the NBA theme was playing over and over again tonight, but it is one of my favorite themes. Does Tony Khan have the same taste in music that I have? I mean, it's like all the stuff from the 90s that I liked. You know, I mean, I don't know if Tony Khan likes like Pantera, Cradle of Filth, Shadows Fall, and, you know, Nine Inch Nails, Stabbing Westward, Typo Negative, Placebo, Garbage, and a whole bunch of other bands that I like. But I will say that a lot of things that I love from the 90s and 80s, Tony Khan loves them. You know, and it's like the Jungle Boy theme, you know, all the way around to other stuff. It's like this guy, man, he's, you know, me and him would have a hell of a karaoke night. You know what I mean? This guy loves music that I really that I've always loved too in some ways, but you know, I don't know what that means. I don't know what's up with that, but the NBA theme was being played tonight, and we loved that theme, and but so that being said, saying that, like, you know, I love that theme and stuff like that, it was bizarre to be played. Why were they playing that? Like, I mean, like, this is winter's coming, you know? Like, it's winter's coming. I'm coming. It's winter's coming. And for the first time ever that I know of, the NBA theme is playing over and over again throughout the night. Why? You know, like, I mean, like, I would get if Tony Khan is planning on playing this more, like, religiously, he bought the rights to the NBA theme. Is that what he did? And by the way, like, that's what I would do if I was rich. I'd buy the rights to that shit. I love that fucking theme. But would I have debuted it on Winter is Coming? No. Dude, why don't you call up the Game of Thrones people and tell them, hey, listen, can I borrow the Game of Thrones theme for a night, and we'll promote House of the Dragon all night long through Winter is Coming? It's obviously an idea made in heaven, right? And call up HBO and be like, yo, HBO. And I bet you maybe they say yes. And if they say yes, how cool would it have been to hear the Game of Thrones theme throughout the night as Winter is Coming? Or maybe you could have gotten just a cold, wintry, you know, dark sort of theme or something. So a little bit bizarre to debut Winter is Coming, and or debut the bum ba 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 da ba ba da during the Winter is Coming pay-per-view. Do you agree? Let's go to Devious Dave Rose right now, and let's see if he agrees. Dave Rose, hello.
Hello.
Do you agree with my assessment, or did you enjoy the NBA theme tonight?
I love that theme regardless, but
I do too.
I saw that actually posted earlier today that AEW acquired the rights to play that song. Odd, I thought. I'm thinking, at least this is my logic, there might be some sort of association with the NBA, but NBC, which is, I believe, the theme that it belongs to.
Yes.
I don't know if they have any relation to TBS and TNT and all that. So
they don't.
So that makes me question. Okay, well, is there going to be?
He just wanted the sound. I'm telling you. Listen, there's some things that Tony does that I am like him, in some ways. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would want to buy these themes too. He did it because he likes the theme and he wanted to play the theme. That's all it is. I think that's all it is. We've talked about it on this show. How fire was that theme? And we've played the theme on my show and talked about we love that theme. And Tony Khan was like, yeah, I loved it too. You know what? I'm going to buy it.
No, but also there's different, like, a lot of people will jump on that and like, you know, he's just like wasting money, this and that. Well, that's debatable too. But what I will say is that
it's his money, yeah.
Apart from that, let's just forget about that. It's not like he's buying this to use it all the time. This is, you know, sometimes a limited contract. Sometimes it's like for one time, like Sympathy for the Devil when MJF came back. That was a one-time deal.
Right.
He's not using it. So, you know, just because they pay out, you know, good money for a good song, because that's what they're doing, doesn't mean that that's going to be constantly featured, and it's not a waste of money if it really helps, like with MJF.
You are making the point exactly of mine, which is different than mine, but similar. Why on Winter is Coming do you debut that? Because it was so out of place with the ice and the theme. And so Winter is Coming, it's like disassociated. The first Winter is Coming, I'll never forget because the snow was falling and Sting debuted. That was awesome. And so I would think that there would be some kind of winter theme music playing just for this show that maybe Tony purchased, such as the Game of Thrones theme. Something like that. Why would you debut the NBA? It's like, it's so weird. Like, wouldn't you wait till next week?
Higher than The Rock when that came out, because I saw it that he bought it, and I just thought to myself, okay, that's weird. And then I heard it tonight as the intro to the show, and I'm thinking, this doesn't really fit the whole vibe of what you're giving us. Winter's coming. Like you'd think the epic, orchestral music would be playing like da-dun, 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 and like really. But
like like very low bells and dongs and like it's winter,
like deep drums, dum, 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 dum.
Yeah, exactly. Or make your own, whatever. But yeah, so he really took away Tony Khan.
He needs
tonight.
to hire Jimmy Hart. Maybe instead of spending money on all these fucking, just hire Jimmy Hart. The guy can fucking write songs.
Listen, I love Tony Khan playing the NBA theme, the one that we all love from the 90s. I love that. I love the idea of it. I you could pitch it to me. I'd probably say, let's do that. If it doesn't work out after a while, we'll just get rid of it, whatever. But let's do it. But I certainly would have sat at the table and said, wait a minute, Winter is Coming is tonight, and you want to also play the NBA theme tonight?
Yeah.
That doesn't really make Tony. Like, let's wait till next week, and tonight let's go out and grab a cold winter type of song for tonight. And it's just weird. It's funny how he has these ideas sometimes, but then he kind of like, it's like, what? Like it's Winter is Coming, and I'm hearing dun, 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 dun. It's like, what? What? And so now I'm never gonna forget this. Like, I'm never gonna forget that theme. Like, it's like you said, it's not meshing with the theme of the show. This is a stupid little thing that we're talking about, by the way. The commentary of Taz. Now, go back to what I said a minute ago. What do you think of Taz saying that? Like, I didn't even know this was supposed to happen. Kind of weird.
Yeah, but the commentary tonight was a little bit weird. In fact, Shivani, when Ruby host,
oh my God, Ruby Ho.
Soho, when she came out, basically he was actually singing a bit of her song. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but
Tony Schiavone might have had ecstasy tonight. I don't know what he was on.
I shuddered. I shuddered a bit with that.
Several times tonight, Tony said just questionable shit. Like, it's weird because listen, if there were no other announcers there and you had to ask Tony Schiavone, Tony, you're the main commentator. Go get him. You're all we got. Tony would go out there and probably have a pretty good show and be great like he always has been. But when you put him in the second man role, Tony Schiavone, for whatever reason, like sometimes, and tonight was one of those times, becomes almost like a drunken guy sitting around the campfire at the frat house. And it's not like bad or good. It's not bad. It's just weird for Tony Schiavone to be like, I'm telling you, man, look at that, man. He really clocked him. He just says
the way that he somewhat hesitated sometimes, or the way that he spoke, he really reminded me, and actually at some points I thought it was JR talking, because it was just like, because JR is JR and he's dealt with stuff. He's dealing with the stroke thing and all that. So you don't, expect him to answer on time or something. But
yeah,
Schiavone tonight was, I would have to agree with you, lacking. And I don't get as angry as you do, strangely, Joe, when it comes to the commentary on AEW. Could it improve? Absolutely.
I think it's because I spent.
Yes.
I think it's because I spent 10 years on the Indies and I'm mad I'm not there, so I get extra angry when the commentary isn't perfect or damn good. That's what it is.
Go on Dark. You should
take
go
it
on
personally.
Dark and show them your shit.
I would love to. They wouldn't call me. I take it personally.
I gotta call Tony, and I'm gonna have to.
You need to call Tony for me. Listen, DeMarco was in DMs with him for a little bit. Like, I mean, that's not a joke. Jake DeMarco spoke to Tony in DMs, and I said, Jake, did you tell him to hire me? Like, yeah, I was like, fuck your conversation.
Oh, I forgot. That slipped my mind.
What a son of a bitch. No, but It was something that we had said on the show, and Tony was trying. He was like, "This is not what happened." Blah 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 blah. And Jake was like, "Oh." So I remember Jake hit me up. He was like, "Dude, Tony Khan just DM'd me about like what we talked about on the show today." I'm like, "What?" So shout out to Tony if he's listening. I love you, Tony Khan. I don't even.
Like I said, man, when I meet
give
him,
me 2 months.
I will get a hug from him.
You get a hug from him. And then you get me hired. Tell him Joe Cronin will do it for free for 2 months. If it doesn't work, nothing was lost. But I bet you the ratings go up, and you're gonna pay him. That's the sell on me. Anyway, it's a donation.
Ho ho ho!
I'll do some promo.
It's Christmas time, guys. Merry Christmas.
I got too drunk on Christmas night.
Yeah.
I got too drunk on Christmas night. I should've hung myself from the Christmas lights.
You shoulda.
I got too fucking drunk on Christmas night.
Boom.
I got too fucking drunk on Christmas night. I should've hung myself from the Christmas lights. I got too fucking drunk on Christmas night. I hope Santa runs me over with his goddamn sleigh.
I made a lot of notes tonight, Joe.
Hell yeah. We're gonna need him. No, I'm just kidding. It's a great show tonight. I love AEW tonight, so.
Tonight wasn't perfect, especially from the commentary, but it was awesome. 7. 5/10 section Andretti got the best moment of the night. Jericho pulling an audible and giving him a 1, 2, 3 kid moment when the crowd started chanting "Let's go Jobber" was great.
It's exactly what it was. It was a 1, 2, 3 kid moment, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. I do want to say thank you, Soundwave 92, $25 to Soundwave. Thank you, sir. We will get to all of those in a few minutes, Soundwave. That was what an awesome, unexpected. Oh, God. You know what? Fuck it.
Texas.
I'm just kidding, Todd Tate. I've already talked to WWE. We're all set. We're good. I'm good. I'm my own lawyer, bro. I just said, hey, listen, it's fair use. I won't use it anymore if you guys don't like. Let me know. And the lawyers said it was fine. And they fixed it. So, Todd Tate, we're good, man. I'm all set. I'm just kidding around.
More back good.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so... All right, what up, Dan Kennedy? Devious Dave Rose does all the notes. It was a delicious show tonight. Let's just say that. Oh, it was so delicious.
Give it a 8.3.
It was a good show.
I definitely enjoyed it tonight. There was so many enjoyable and unexpected things. And overall, not just the content of the show, but the promos as well as what they're going to be producing for Friday on Rampage. People keep shitting on Rampage and stuff. It's like they set up some good matches for Rampage. Sometimes if you tune in, that 1 hour show goes by in an instant because it's just fucking pure action. But you've got to allow for good matches to be set up. But regardless, so my first note is it starts off with the NBA on NBC themes,
which makes no sense for Winter is Coming. It's just very bizarre.
Yep, Taz, Excalibur, Shivani on the commentary. Excuse me. But yeah, Don Callis soon comes out because it's the Elite versus Death Triangle, who are the current Trios champions.
Right.
This is the 4th round out of 7, and the Elite are going in 1 and 2. Actually, huge crowd reaction for the Elite. Some people will say, "Oh, they're not supported." That whole place was blowing up for them, especially for Omega.
Yeah, they liked them. They liked them, and listen, they did all right. There's a sour taste in my mouth watching them. It's like I don't know. I don't know what to make of right now. I don't know if I love. It's like
theme song.
No, it is different, and I like them. It's weird. Okay, so it's like I like them. There's a part of me that understands that. Kenny Omega's limited in some ways. Like on the microphone, sometimes he's just not very great. The Young Bucks look like me out there. Like they're not in shape to me. Like they don't look very great.
What?
But they're amazing in the ring usually for the most part. It's like I don't agree. I like the Young Bucks. I like Kenny Omega.
More cut or what? Like, do you just want them more muscular?
They just
certainly perform.
They look like regular dudes who are out there, then they wrestle like not regular guys. They wrestle like, they're crazy. Most people would break their necks trying to attempt the things they do. So listen, my point in saying this is I'm not like Jim Cornette. We're here because of these guys. If there were no Young Bucks and there was no Kenny Omega, we probably wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? Like, I respect these guys to a certain extent. I think they've chased people out and they've, done some cliquish type of bullying to people they don't like or whatever.
Just judging the game, just the match. I'm not trying to get into
I know.
politics.
You're right. We're getting into the philosophy of the company. Anyway, my point is, I'll sum it up really quickly. I thought it was an all right little match. They're trying to tell a story. They got the hammer out there. They set up the no DQ. Overall, I like it. And guess what? Tonight the crowd liked it. So for the most part, I liked it. Good way, I guess, to open the show. What did you think, Dave?
It was a great match, and I was wrong. I thought that fucking the Elite were gonna win. No, Death Triangle wins, which means now that the Elite need to win every single match that they're gonna have, or they're gonna, lose. But
Mandy Rose lost.
What's
Sorry.
that?
I just said Mandy Rose lost. I don't know.
No,
Well-
I think she won.
Yeah, she actually did win. Yeah.
She cashed in, really. Best cash in ever. But yeah, I think this match was great. The aerial action that was going on. Some people have criticized, oh, well, why do you want to see this, so often? Now, I did criticize 7 matches, a little too many. But this team, even in 5 matches, it's not like you're seeing the same thing over and over again. You're seeing some amazing wrestling, and it's always just exhilarating. So, I wipe my ass with the opinion of those that would criticize these two teams because they both put on an amazing fucking match.
Well, it's do or die coming up with no DQ. So that's kind of interesting. It is a bit interesting. I like. Overall, I give it a thumbs up. What
I
they're
like
doing.
that evolution because they kept pushing it, right? They kept pushing using the hammer. Well, now the Elite says, okay, let's fucking do no DQ and allow all weapons. So, yeah, it's a good progression, I think, with that storyline. And we're still seeing amazing matches in the ring, different throughout this entire tournament. So, next match, or the next thing was a backstage promo from MJF. Shitting on Ricky Starks and really doing a good job. Actually, there was a really good promo by MJF. Then we got the Acclaim come out. Fairly good rap. The rap was able to complete it to be completed prior to Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, Sanjay, and Singh coming out to attack all of them.
I loved that moment, by the way. I loved that segment with Double J. I really loved it. I liked it a lot.
It was good. It's setting up a good story. I do like where it's going. And obviously, Jarrett hit the guitar on Caster.
We skipped the MJF promo. Did you bring up the MJF promo?
I said it just prior to this one.
Oh, okay, my bad. I missed that. I must have been reading something. But the bottom line is, man, I just want to say really quickly,
Promo.
that was a fucking great promo. It's like he was just on that promo. And it was a different promo than he's been doing. He's been doing a lot of repetitive promos recently, even though they're good. It's sort of repetitive. He kind of was
good. This was not repetitive. This was like on point.
Loose cannon, and he even crapped on Starks. The way that his little problems that he had last week when he would stop and repeat himself. So I love that he called that out and he shit on him. So that was really good. Anyway, I didn't say anything about it. I just wanted to say that was really cool. It was a loose cannon type of promo. So I appreciate that going into the next segment as well.
Yeah,
I think he's one of the best promos in the game right now.
Oh yeah, he is. He might be the best.
Yeah, but
who's better?
But yeah, so that promo, which I also approved, came prior to the Acclaimed. So yeah, basically that whole thing finishes off with a bunch of "fuck you" chants and obviously setting up some sort of storyline between Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Between the Acclaim. So we'll see what happens there. Then we go to a quick backstage promo with Shivani and the JAS. Sammy Guevara's, setting up matches for other people now. Jericho is acting all arrogant. And in fact, he even mentions that he's now going to be forced to go out and do a squash match in front of all these, pitiful people and such. And it's sort of like when I heard that, I thought, I didn't really think that it was actually going to turn out the way it did, but I thought, okay, well, some truth to it, like breaking a little kayfabe and all that, and it would, for stupid people like me, marks like me, that certainly was quite the surprise because it turned out the absolute opposite of a squash match.
Right.
That's what I thought too. That's exactly what I thought too was going to happen. But let's get to that in a moment, though. Do you want to mention anything about? I'm trying to push these out as quick as possible for you, Joe. So
no big deal. I thought
it
I just you are firing off because I didn't even. I thought the guitar shot with Double J earlier was a decent one. Not the greatest one, but it was a good one.
Very animated tonight. I was very much liking very much involvement with each match that was going on, and you could clearly hear what was going on. So a lot of
this was the first time that the Indian guy was relevant to me. What's his name, Sanjay something and whatever.
Yeah.
So that was the first time those guys were ever relevant to me. They actually seemed like assholes and like a bad group tonight. They sucked before. Double J's good. I like Double J, man. I don't know. There's just something about him. I believe him that he's out there to do some fucked up shit.
You take the babyface tag champs and you put them against the dirties. And of course, you're going to get the crowd that's just going to rally up against the champs, because you've got these really good heel characters that really do a good job at being heels. That's the best part when you lose, that sort of, when you give up that sort of disbelief and say, I really don't like that guy. Oh, wait, that guy's just a wrestler. Because they really just like when you watch a movie, they convince you they are that character. So they really do a good job in doing that.
Double J does a great job. I love him. I don't know what people get down on. I love that he's here because he makes that group believable more than they would never be able to do that stuff without him in the group.
Also balancing the fact that he's working creative and booking as well. That's another thing is that this guy's doing a lot in the back to try to help Tony out and make this whole production a lot better. A lot of people aren't taking that into consideration.
Yeah. And so listen, I know you're already getting to the next part, but did we get to the part where Jericho brought up he's got a jobber to face tonight?
Yeah, we just we basically covered that. We slightly did.
Well,
Shivani's in the back with the JAS,
yeah.
And Sammy Guevara's there, and Jericho's there, and he's saying he's going to do the squash match, and that's what I was commenting on about the fact that it stuck in my mind, thinking, oh, a little breaking kayfabe, okay, and then it just went the total opposite way. That was my thought. Sorry.
John Doe says Double J is going to put himself over in the end. Did he put himself over in the Ric Flair match? But so then the next thing, of course, listen, Jericho, what a great comment. Like, I got some jobber to beat tonight. And so you're like, oh, yeah, at no point in my brain did I ever think anything about what was going to happen later. I just thought like, oh, he's facing a jobber. He's going to beat the shit out of the guy to get heat, beat him quickly, and try to get his heat back.
That's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah,
so
everyone
I like
did.
that sort of breaking kayfabe a little and just that he was just going to, he knew he was going to do that.
Oh, yeah, I got some shit bum tonight. I said, line me up some fucking runt, and I'm going to kick his ass. And I'm thinking like, oh, yeah, he's going to get his heat back he's going to bloody some local guy in 3 seconds. And, then he'll do commentary in the ring and spike the microphone, because they got to do something, to get him his, shit back after losing the Ring of Honor title that no one cares about anyway. But we'll talk about that in a second. But then we have, what's his name?
It was Brian Cage. Versus, with Prince Nana. So he's, Brian Cage is part of the embassy, and he went against Jack Perry, a.k.a. Jungle Boy.
And this was fine. They were just trying to get to a story, really. What happened was, in the middle of the match, all of a sudden, well, actually, after the match ends, he beats, okay, I guess I'm skipping the match over, really. It's just, I don't know about Brian Cage, but he beats Brian Cage cunningly. There's outside interference, like you said, with Nanadu, poo-poo. And,
a lot of good cheers for Jungle Boy, though.
Yeah, Jungle Boy's over. I like him. It's too bad he's, not a little bit bigger. It's just too bad, but he's great. for the most part. Sometimes it's not believable enough for me, but I like him. I want to cheer him. He's got the music I like, so he's checking the boxes. He can speak pretty good on the microphone. He's pretty good. He can
cut some hard fire promos.
Yeah, he's got another level he's got to reach, and whatever, but he's pretty good. And in the ring, he's good, and for the most part, and then he's got fire music, and the people like him, so you get all the boxes are fairly checked off enough, and so then tonight he gets beat up, he gets attacked, and this is when he gets the shit beat out of him. And by the way, we'll talk about Morrissey's name has changed. Thank God, they must have been listening. For weeks I ranted, please change this fucking guy's name, W. Morrissey. Fuck yourself. And I would rant about it.
William Morrissey.
Oh my God.
He's supposed to be like Triple H, but
But now he's Dave's Uncle Bill. Now he's your Uncle Bill.
No, my Uncle Bill looks like Junkyard Dog, but whatever. No, but
what do they call him? Big Bill? Is it Big Bill?
Well, now they're calling him Big Bill.
Big Bill. That's better.
But
that sounds like a gay
Jungle
cowboy.
Boy was the winner of this match, but that's when he actually calls him out. He calls out Big Bill. Mm-hmm. And Stokely comes out looking like a wild-eyed Mustafa, and basically Moriarty comes out racing, and he starts fighting with him. He locks up with
Big
Jungle
Bill.
Boy, but then Morrissey comes out, who I guess we're now gonna have to call him Big Bill.
Oh my God! Now I'm sorry, I'm torn on this. Listen, beggars can't be choosers, but I know that I ranted on change W. Morrissey. What the fuck is W. Morrissey? Why can't he be Bill Morrissey? Because W is what sounds retarded. But Morrissey you can't do because, the name Morrissey, the band, whatever, the singer.
No, it's a name. It's not fucking, it's a last name. It's not fucking particular to a band.
Can't he just be Morrissey then? Or Bill Morrissey?
How about just Bill Morris?
There you go. Bill Morris is better. Why does he have to be W. Morrissey or Big Bill? Big Bill sounds like a gay cowboy, by the way.
You introduced myself. What do you want to do? You want to fuck him, I say?
What, you going to fuck the guy? Listen, Big Bill sounds like a fucking guy that fucking takes it up the ass on a fucking in the fucking Pride Parade. Big Bill sounds like the type of guy who'd butt pump fucking Nyla Rose in the back. Okay, Conan, calm down. I mean,
there we go with that. And at that point, then Hook comes out, and I'm surprised that they just decided to get out of the ring. I would have liked to see some action.
Let's play it. Here it is. I gotta play it.
The cold-hearted, handsome devil Hook. He's been the target of Stokely Hathaway and Lee Moriarty, and everybody's standing here, Taz.
Let's go back and hear it. I gotta hear it. Here it is. Let's hear Taz be an idiot.
Go in here.
What a joke. Wait. What do we got here?
First of all, Tony doesn't know his music, which is okay. Or he's delaying so he doesn't ruin the surprise, I guess.
It's Hook. What is going on? The cold-hearted, handsome devil Hook.
Wait, where does Taz say this? That pissed me off. Was it later? Okay.
He's been the target of Stokely Hathaway and Lee Moriarty, and everybody's standing here, Taz.
By the way, coming out in a hoodie like he did, all covered up, he just looks like a fan. Like he looks like a tiny fan got in the ring, and these guys decided to exit the ring. It looks so bad. Like, you know what I mean? But I like Hook, and I like this. It's okay. But I know that Hathaway fixed this by saying, like, we're not doing this on our now. And so Tony Schiavone covered it up too, almost like, listen, they didn't leave the ring because they were actually scared of the guy. They were like, nah, we're not going to give you what you want. Well, what do you mean? Wouldn't you just give the guy a beating? The three of you should be able to beat this little guy up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that
it didn't look right.
Bill should have just walked out of he just got out of the ring.
He gets a stone cold ring clearing, like you would think The Rock just came out. I get it. He's Hook and he's got a wing streak. Let's see if we can hear Taz.
Stokely preaching caution to Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Stokely's saying we're not fighting right now. On his time, you're just just heard Stokely. On his time, on his terms. What a moment. I had no clue this was going down here. What the hell?
I had no idea this was going down here. That's what
Leave
he
it
said.
alone, Joe.
Come on, man. I had no idea this was going down. What are you talking about? Of course you didn't know that.
I mean, it's still better than Kevin Patrick.
Let me tell you something, by the way. I'm having a man.
Triple H told us that.
I'm having a Mandela effect moment. I thought he said for sure. I had no idea this was going to happen, but I guess I changed it in my brain. But it's still like what do you mean you had no idea this was going down?
That's what it is.
How would you know that this was going down? You know what I mean? I had no idea this was going to go down. Well, no shit, you didn't. Nobody should know it was going down because this all randomly happened. How would anyone know that Jungle Boy was going to get attacked by these guys and then out of nowhere Hook was going to come out? How would you know that? How would you have any idea that was going down? What does that mean? It's like, dude, imagine if your mother got mugged outside of her fucking house and then beat up and then you went, I had no idea this was going to go down. No shit. Why would you say that?
We're not fighting right now.
This is like a Truman Show moment. You know what I mean? Like we're on the Truman Show. Somebody gets caught like saying something, and Truman's like, "Why are you saying that? You know, why would you do that? Oh, this isn't supposed to happen, Truman. What do you mean this isn't supposed to happen? Like, it's a Truman Show moment because it's not real, and Taz fucking keeps forgetting that.
On his time, you just heard Stokely.
I know it's his son. Like, why do people keep saying that? What does that have to do with this? His son doesn't have anything to do with this because you wouldn't be backstage with your son. See, you're saying, people are trying to say like, oh, it's his son, so he knew what he was doing today. No. Nobody knew that Jungle Boy was going to be attacked by these guys and that Hook was going to come out. So that doesn't matter if he's his son. It doesn't matter if they've been sleeping together every day, every second of the day. That doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with it. Why would you say that? Because you didn't know this was going to even happen 5 minutes ago. So him being his son.
Everyone's, don't you know, they're psychic, so they must know that was going to happen.
No,
they must
it's
be
just
psychic.
the bottom line is Taz is breaking kayfabe here because he's fucking retarded.
Funny, actually, I've got to address Andy Nerschel in the chat. It says, awful nitpicking on commentary. Christ, I turned Monday off because of Graves. It was a few weeks back, I believe, that you did a Raw review or something, Joe, with Isaac Rojas, where Isaac got mad at, was it Isaac or Luke? No, Luke.
Luke Rojas. Isaac Rojas is dead.
I know he's dead in some sort of ditch in New Jersey, I believe.
Yes.
Turnpike. But yeah, so Luke, I am not your father, thankfully.
100 people.
Yeah, so he got pissed off at the fact that Corey Graves said something like similar along like, I don't know how that could happen, or I didn't expect it. And it's just like, motherfucker, like.
Yes, I did. We just went over this. Yes, the WWE commentary did this too. Listen, WWE commentary is
shit. It's a good equivalency, too, because it's the same bullshit. It's like, I didn't know it's going to happen. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Listen.
It's like, just make it believable and shut the fuck up.
This is a nitpick. Like, this is a nitpick at Taz. But, dude, back in the day.
And righteous.
Back in the day, like, dude, you'd be crucified for doing things like this on commentary. I guess I'm just thinking, like, dude, if you're not supposed to do that. It's just a little mistake. It's a little nitpick on my end. There's not a lot to nitpick. Listen, the WWE commentary is way worse than AEW. You don't need to.
They need to get rid of that Kevin Patrick motherfucker.
Well, he's not good either. But they'll never put anybody on there that matters. They don't. They just want some safe person. I don't know.
Well, back in the old days in WWF, either. Vince McMahon would give you a whole scolding, or Pat Patterson would rape you for these sorts of egregious acts. So, they should not be ignored.
Let's hear how Taz somehow thought that this could go down earlier.
On his time, on his terms. What a moment. I had no clue this was going down here. What the hell?
Always, what the hell?
First of all, Tony Schiavone is overboard. He goes, what a moment! It's really not that big of a deal. Hook, who's about 5'7", who's dressed up like a nobody, comes down to the ring. And then
what is he, about 50?
And then 3 gigantic people decide to just leave the ring. And then Tony, it's being oversold. It's oversold. And then the next line from Taz is, I didn't even know this was going down. It's like they're all overselling. They're trying to, oh my God, it's actually fucking, it is bad. I'm not sorry for nitpicking this. This is weird. Like, the commentary is weird.
Pretty sure Stokely's saying we're not fighting
And you know why they're doing it? Because they're trying to compensate for the fact that the Hook is tiny and is kind of new still and stuff. Listen, I like Hook. I just think this was weird. At least have him get in a fight with somebody. Like, have him knock out fucking Big Bill. You know, and then maybe, like, what?
Now, on his time, you just heard Stokely. On his time, on his terms. What a moment.
Why is it a moment?
I had no clue this was going down here. What the hell?
I had no clue this was going down. And you know who else doesn't have a clue it's going down? Hook or Jungle Boy. Until about 2 seconds ago when Hook decided to come out to help Jungle Boy because people decided to randomly attack him so you wouldn't know it was going down because nobody knew it was going down. Why would you say that? Oh, because you probably, like, think
make this the same deal of this on WWE crap or what?
Yes.
Because, like, you're really going deep on fucking Taz here. And yes, it's Taz, but...
Well, this is week 2 of it. That's why I'm. This is not the first. This is actually probably the 4th or 5th time I've noticed this from Taz. But I called it out.
You've made it very clear that Taz has committed.
We'll move on. It's time to move on. I am going too hard. You know what it is? There's not a lot to complain about. That's what it is. That's good. It's good.
There's a few things I can point out and make fun of, but let's continue because there's so much though. This really was a show that was just jam packed with goodness.
Hell,
people say whatever the fuck they.
Yeah, it was good. No, I'm sorry.
I thought it was a donation.
No.
But yeah, okay. So basically, Hook comes out, you know, chewing on a lot of gum. But yeah, okay.
Looks like Eminem.
Backstage promo, Blackpool Combat Club. Very good promo by Moxley.
I didn't like it.
Claudio and Yuta did some good job there. Sorry, go ahead.
I did not like this.
You didn't like that promo?
I you know what? I don't know what it is, bro. I'm not to be negative again, but listen, it was okay. It was. The promo is fine. All right, so here's what I'm gonna say. The promo is good for the most part. They were good. Whatever. They seem like a group and whatever. I will just say this. I am sick of Moxley promos. I'm done with Moxley's promos. Hey man, I'm gonna bloody your face. Hey man, I'll leave you dead in the ring. I'll kill you, and you're gonna be going to the hospital, and you're gonna check in, and then I'm gonna show up at the hospital. I'm gonna eat your fucking body. Like, it's just the same thing every time. Like, he's in cruise control, which is okay. The guy needs to be on vacation. He still hasn't had his vacation yet. You know what I mean? He's in cruise control. He cuts a good promo. It's all right. But Wheeler Yuta is fucking he just comes off. He just sucks. I'm sorry. I don't believe Wheeler Yuta worth a shit. Cesaro, I actually like Cesaro.
You're breaking my heart.
Good, we know we're better. And if these guys have taught me anything over the past year,
Wheeler Yuta sounds like a little weaselly fucking Sean Ross Sapp.
it is that if you want to win, if you want to achieve greatness, if you want things like this, you gotta fight like you're already dead, and I am ready.
Who fights like they're already dead? If you're already dead, you're not going to fight at all. You don't fight like you're...
It means you're a ghost now. You have not. You're not beheld by the rules of reality.
Dude, Wheeler Yuta sucks. I'm sorry.
Again, he's Japanese. He's talking in code.
Is he? Is he Japanese? He looks mixed.
Yuta.
I thought he was Korean.
Well, I know one thing. He's got a big fucking head. I'll say that. He's great in the ring.
He looks like a bitch.
Oh my God, Jesus, Dan, coming from you.
With him there, Ken. Gone.
Ooh.
Why do you even choose that name? Why don't you just fucking call yourself?
Because I was 15 and I thought I was going to be cool, and I'm sticking with the name to show that I have commitment.
Oh, okay. You commit to that name there, brother.
Yeah, just like was it those 2 chicks that drove off the cliff with the car? Show that sort of commitment. Bonnie and
no, that's
Bonnie, no, you're talking about Crap, I know who you're
Thelma
talking
and
about.
Louise.
There
Yeah,
we go.
Yeah.
Bonnie and
Bonnie and Clyde's a different story with a car.
Hey, they went on in fucking style too, getting shot up by a bunch of fucking cops. So.
Yeah. But yeah, so I listen, it was fine and all
I like Yuta, and you guys don't.
I just listen, Yuta is all right in the ring, Cesaro good in the ring, likable somewhat, Moxley, whatever.
I can see him on ROH though. I can see him dedicated on ROH and staying there.
Much better
as
for him.
opposed to AEW. Yeah, I think it's a better fit for him. He's a better wrestler, I think, in that sort of more intimate environment, and I think it's more comfortable for him as well. So.
I just I didn't like it. I was annoyed by the whole thing. I don't know why, but that's
Mox
just me.
that.
I'm just being a
Dude, you are Mox though. You do those promos. You wear the
I
fucking
know.
leather jacket. You act all tough in the fucking camera and stuff. That's you, dude. That's why you don't like it, because you're seeing yourself like a badass. No, seriously, like Mox is a badass, man. That guy will fucking bleed.
Yeah.
He'll put on a fucking amazing show. And okay, so maybe his promos are a little bit repetitive, I'd say. But if you go back to what was that promo? Not the promo.
A couple weeks ago, he was great. He
was
cut a
working
promo. Didn't he cut a promo 2 weeks ago that was fucking great? I loved it. I'm just saying tonight. I didn't like this tonight.
Okay.
I was annoyed by it, and that's just me. I think it was still like if I was putting myself out of the annoyance category, like it was a good promo overall, 7 out of 10 probably. I found myself to be like, oh my God, like fuck this thing. That was me for whatever reason.
It's just those ROH titles that bother you, but I can understand that.
It might be
All right,
that
so-
too. Yeah, listen, I don't like Led Zeppelin, but I know they're a great band. You know?
Acceptable. So next thing, commercial for Power Slap that Dana White is doing. I just wanted to mention that.
What is
because
that? I missed that.
It's it started, I guess, in Russia potentially, where there's this competition where you try to slap the shit out of somebody, and that's the whole competition.
So it's a flat competition.
Instead of arm wrestling, you're basically trying to slap the shit out of somebody.
Oh no,
So
I
you
hate
get,
that
You get
shit.
one slap, they get one slap. You go back and forth until either someone gives up or passes out or something. So I just wanted to bring that up because apparently now the UFC through Dana White is doing that. So, interesting that it appeared on a commercial for this show. Moving on, promo with Strickland and talking about Lee. Looks like they're not friends no more, and we're gonna see some fighting there. Then we have the House of Black come out versus the.
You know what I'd
Factory.
like to, Dave? Let me interrupt you really quickly for a second. You know what I'd like to see happen at one of those slap contests? Just a fucking wild machine gunman. You know, like you think it's just fucking we're slapping each other. I fucking hate those things. Anyway, fuck those things.
So it is very stupid. Black comes out versus the Factory. It's a trios tag match. Basically, there's a lot of cheers for House of Black, actually, which was very nice. Good entrance by Malachi and his troupe. What was her name? Julia Black ends up using black spray, or the black...
the Black Mist.
The mist. And
then Razor Ramon threw a fucking toothpick at her. That was weird.
It was a squash match because basically within about 3 minutes the entire thing was done, and the winner was the House of Black. I hope to see them do stuff with that group, but give them time, I guess. That's all I can say. Next is promo
I just
with,
want to say really quickly, I loved it. I thought the segment was so well done for a squash. I liked the guys I'll flick the toothpick. The only criticism is come on, bro, can you just be Razor Ramon? I mean, that was kind of retarded, but whatever. I like that they did something to her. She missed it him really quickly, and then they went to work, and then the match was over.
I like her belonging to that. I like her belonging, like Julia Hart belonging to the House of Black. I think it works well, really.
Well, it's all right. I liked what they did tonight. Thumbs up. I don't have a lot of 9 out of 10 things, but I have a thumbs up for a lot of stuff tonight, even if I didn't love it. Even the Moxley promo, like I said, even that Moxley promo that I didn't like, if you told me to grade it, I'd be like, thumbs up. So it's like, dude, I like a lot of thumbs up tonight. Anyway, okay, continue now. I just wanted to say
So,
I like that
no
Black.
worries. Promo with Sheeta versus Hater. Interesting.
That I did
Sheeta,
not see. I missed it.
It's I think they both did well. I mean, Sheeta obviously doesn't speak the best English, but she speaks well enough to be understood, and it really is being hyped up in my opinion, and looks like it's going to be a good match between the two.
I feel like Britt Baker is like watered down right now in cruise control mode as well, almost like Moxley. They really, in my opinion, missed an opportunity to keep her on fire. You know what I mean? Like she's had to kind of back up a little bit to give other women space, but every time.
Good, because now it'll allow Hater to get big, and then she can say that title actually belongs to me, and then bring that feud because they're supposedly best friends and this and that. So I think this is good, but you are going into the next thing I was going to say is that there was that backstage promo.
Oh, no. The next thing you're going to say is, it's turkey time from the Soundwave 92!
Turkey Club.
All of them.
You have so much meat if you kill them all.
Oh, man, look at that.
What if the turkeys ate us?
Get ahead. Way too ahead, Soundwave. We haven't gotten there yet.
The turkeys ate us instead of mashed potatoes. Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, those turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. And first they'd eat our nuts, and then they might eat our butts. Yeah, the turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? Instead the turkeys ate us.
It's Christmas time.
Great jokes. Tell you people.
Thanksgiving's getting kinda friggin' crazy because people's blood might be the gravy. The turkeys might gobble on our giblets. Instead, they might gobble on the testicles. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us?
Oh, yeah, that's my theme, brother.
The main event tonight was really solid as expected from MJF versus Rookie. Really hope they can revisit down the line, but I started dying when the ref was counting, and when the ref got to 8 the crowd screamed Ocho. Gotta love Texas crowds, man.
I laughed too. I was actually in the kitchen upstairs watching on my phone, making some spaghetti for the oldest child. And dude, when they said Ocho, I was like, what? I actually rewound it to hear it.
This child should already know how to make spaghetti for himself. Sorry.
Well,
You're
the kid, he can barely get out of bed. He can barely get out of bed in the morning.
Well, then just give him like instant oatmeal, and all he has to do is boil water. Can he boil water? Or is that going to be a challenge? Is he going to burn the water?
I don't know. He'd probably fill the house up with gas and blow us all up. That's what would happen.
Christmas time, it's Christmas time. I wanna give your wife my load.
I don't know what that was. But anyway, no, he's fine. But so that was funny. Great point. Great Soundwave. I'm glad you brought that up. Because I did bust out laughing for a second in the kitchen. I went, fucking, what the fuck? Did they cheer Ocho? And then I was like, is that something that like, what the hell? Like, they just did that. Like, they were like pumped up. And bro, this match was so fun.
Hold on, we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. I'm sorry, Soundwave. We'll get there. We're on Britt Baker.
Almost there.
We're getting
So
there.
the backstage promo, Baker with Rebel, basically just calling out Sheeta. And you've got Sky Blue comes out and challenges Baker for Friday night on Rampage. So, that, and Sky Blue is, I think, doing well, I think, and certainly has a lot of potential. Hopefully they'll book her well. But you're right in the sense that, at least with the storyline with Britt Baker, it's more like cruise control right now. Because I think it only makes sense to let Hayter get bigger and then to go against Britt Baker, who's going to turn against her. So that, to me, would make more sense. So that you just have to allow Hayter to just hold that title longer.
Right. Yeah, probably,
right.
because you got to give her some time to build up with it, like we're kind of saying. So it makes sense.
I think so. Now, basically, the surprise match of the night: Chris Jericho versus Action Andretti.
Man,
Wow.
he was action too.
I did not expect this. I thought when
type of name
Jericho,
is that?
like we said earlier, that it's just going to be a squash job. Okay, it's going to look quick. Look how great Jericho is. That was the furthest thing from the case.
Yeah, this was shocking. I was also watching this like, all right, here comes the fucking whatever. And then, I'm like, oh, they're actually going to not do like a 2-second squash match. But at some point he's going to do something fucked up. I thought maybe he'd even cheat. Like, he'd distract the ref, kick the kid in the balls or something. It'd just be a real piece of shit. And instead, this fucking kid kicked out of the fucking code breaker.
There was "Let's Go Jobber" chants.
Which was funny.
Massive, people were on their feet. If you look back at the video, people, several sections of rows just had people standing.
And commentary for some reason called it insulting that they were saying "Let's Going Jobber," which is fine because it is in a way. But
I remember hearing, I can't remember who said that. It's
Why did they
they're
say
using a disrespectful word, something like that. And they were so at some points they were like, holy shit, because this guy was actually pulling off some really good moves.
Yeah.
So
false
this
finishes
guy
too.
signed by AEW now? Did he get signed or something?
Well, this is one of those things where, he could end up with something if the fans want it. If the fans,
Tony Khan did tweet, he is all elite. The graphic that.
Oh, really?
Action,
So he got hired.
Tony Khan tweeted, "Action Andretti is all elite."
Well,
now another thing that people need to before you
that's
go on,
great, though,
another thing
Dave.
that people need to consider is that sometimes these contracts aren't that long. Just like the music, he might take he might buy the song for one night, but he's not going to necessarily invest in that to play every single time for their entrance. So he might hire them for 3 months, a year or something, but it's not like one of these 5-year lockdown deals that he might get with Moxley or something. So I don't think people should make a big deal about this in regards to he signed another job or blah, blah, blah. It's like, he gets enough criticism as it is, but he's got good people working with him now.
I would have criticized him if he didn't sign him because you don't do a 1, 2, 3 kid type of thing with a guy that isn't going to be coming back. If you're gonna do this, you know what I mean. You got to be prepared to bring the guy on for a little bit of time, right? Like it's sort of like so you can compare situations like this to a couple different things. You can compare it to 1, 2, 3 kid. You can compare it to Maven. Maven's another one in a way. And there's a lot of guys like this that you're trying to make somebody, or now Jericho's using this guy to get his story over. At the same time, he's like, whoever I do this with could end up getting a boost in their career or be even made through what I do.
Builds a lot. I'm glad you bring that up, but it builds so much on Jericho because he loses the title to Claudio.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to keep the JAS going and stuff, and he loses, tonight to this supposed jobber and stuff. And I think that this is, you could see that he was trying to tell a story in the ring and he was looking perplexed as how he could have lost. And so he's trying to do something here with his character and stuff. So there's going to be some sort of redemption arc or some split with the JAS. There's going to be something here. This is what the story is building. And obviously this guy, he's not just a wrestler. This guy's like Jared is. He's been hired to be providing creative and production input. on storylines. And in fact, to be quite honest, at one point during this match, I actually thought that he had taken creative control. Because of those reasons I just mentioned, because, of his contract and so forth. But we've seen in the past where, and yes, it was an accident, but Pac got injured when they were fighting in WWE. And the ref wasn't getting or understanding the fact this guy had broken his ankle or something.
Right.
So he ended up attacking the ref and getting purposely disqualified because the ref wasn't getting the story and he was trying to help and protect Pac.
He's hurt, damn it. He's hurt, you fucking idiot. That's what Jericho said.
Jericho.
To Robinson.
For whatever people will say, he is one of the best workers ever. He is great in the ring. He might not be what he was in the past, but God damn it, give him a fucking break. This guy's still fucking incredible.
And Aubrey Edwards is the ref again. So they're having sex together. I mean, I'm
do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
Gorilla Armstrong.
I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
Gerald Armstrong.
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Puts people over.
Tony, it's called round ball rock, not body slam rock.
It's called round ball rock, not body slam rock. Well, now it's body slam rock. God damn it. I love it. I just don't love that they introduced it during Winter is Coming. Didn't make any sense. Thank you, Gerald Armstrong.
I really have to just salute.
You raised a piece of shit.
No.
You know who else has chemistry? Me and Shell.
Oh.
That's one hot piece of twat.
Oh, yeah.
That rhymed.
Ooh.
Joe, did you see lineup for 2023 Rockville? I'll put it in chat. If Mandy Rose is watching, I'm hiring. Need her to test out my bang stick.
Ooh. Yeah, Mandy Rose, put it in her bang hole. Thank you, sir, for the donation.
Do a little basketball dance off
Bisharo.
the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
A lot of donos coming in here.
Hey Joe, who do you got in the World Cup final between Argentina or France? I got Argentina because they looked better than France in most of the games. By the way, my Dolphins freaking suck. I don't know what's wrong with two of these past two games.
I thought the Netherlands were going to win, so I'm going with Argentina since they beat the Netherlands, yeah.
Shit bum.
I'm donating because Dave Rose brings the numbers.
The Goon dropping $5. Wow. If Dave Rose can get 7 more of the old donators he alienated from my show to come back now after he got them to leave a while ago, then maybe he get paid a little bit more. Thank you, Goon.
It wasn't that many.
Where you at, Bullsy? And Junebug and several other people that manipulated.
Yeah, give me a list and I shall go on a
let
crusade.
me give you a list. I'll give you the list of all the people that were like, Rose exposed who you are.
And I shall go to them as the saint that I am.
Dave Rose affected my income. Thank you, Goon, for the $5. Now I have no money to pay people, really. Appreciate it. Let's see what comes next.
Shit bum.
The guy who made the old NBA theme for NBC tried to sell it to ABC once they took over the NBA TV rights. ABC said no, so he sold to Fox.
Oh.
Now it's Tony's.
Mario Rodriguez with the history of that. Good job, Mario. Good stuff.
But here's the thing. I know that I don't, from my knowledge, it's not a perpetual license. It's just a usage license. But with the Jungle Boy one, apparently he bought perpetual rights.
No, he bought
for
that. Yeah. No, he outright owns that. You want to use that, you got to go through Tony.
Yeah, the radio stations now pay Tony Khan when they play that on the radio.
Yep, Tony Khan's making like fucking $3,000 a month.
That was fucking a smart fucking move. And that song continues to get played around the world all the time. The other day I heard it on the fucking radio.
That's some Monopoly shit right there. He bought Park Avenue.
Bum.
What was up with Jericho? He was moving so slowly.
He's fucking old.
No, he was pacing himself too. The guy, what's his name? Action Andretti. He was not fully there and stuff. And this is probably their first match.
Yes, Jericho was helping him. What, Dave?
No, I'm saying that this was probably their first match.
Yes.
That maybe they got a practice session in, but there's like their timing.
You raised a piece of shit.
That NBA on NBC theme reminded me of Marv Albert. Imagine the pop if he showed up in panties.
Oh,
I'd mark out for that. Hope we don't get a Satnam versus Shaq match. Ruby Soho had nose surgery? Was it done by Dr. Pepper? Young Bucks are retaining.
they're retaining. Yeah, listen, your nose job looks really pretty good. You know,
You raised a piece of shit.
I got to get a look at her again.
Rockville, Tool, Pantera, Slipknot, Sepultura, Deftones,
Really?
Filter, Queens of Stone Age, Suicidal Tendencies, Alice Cooper, Rob Zombie, Avenged
Really?
Sevenfold,
Damn.
Incubus, Mars Volta.
Did they come in a mass?
I thought so. That's different from the other tour with all the bands. So there's a whole bunch of band tours going on
You
everywhere.
raised a piece of shit.
Who the fuck is Isaac Rojas? Maven sucks. Pums are sweaty. Joe's spaghetti. Taz's commentary. Survive if you can. Is Action Andretti part of the famous race car family? Did you hear RG3 say Jigaboo on commentary?
Yes,
Starks.
I heard him say that, dude. What the fuck was he doing, dude? It's like, oh my god, we got to find that clip. I almost fucking died.
Dante Martin's cousin.
Oh really?
France.
They look alike. He's got the same nappy, like white, creamy skin.
He looks half black, half Irish. So he's got the
Yes.
curly hair, which is, both black and Irish, but it's red. He's
Yeah.
got a light complexion, but,
So he black Irish?
well, there's
Yes.
a lot of black Irish. They hooked up big time. You don't know the
Danny
history of
MT.
America? Well, they were both treated as slave casts, so they hooked up together, and that was, again, the Fenians. You don't know about the Fenians down in Louisiana? The Irish?
Dude, I can't get over how he
Came
like.
back up to Canada and attacked us.
Ooh.
All right, so shall we continue? We're almost done.
I'm trying to find the comment. RG3.
All right.
I mean, it's very funny. Like it's kind of here. It is.
Hurts. Couldn't get it done. He couldn't operate from the pocket. He's not the quarterback of the future. I think he proved all those jigaboos wrong. And when you talk about other teams,
Dude, wait till you see Steve Young's. Wait till you see Steve Young's face, dude, when he says jigaboo, bro. He loses it, bro. Like, hold on. Let's put RG3 right there. Like, first of all, dude, it makes this guy uncomfortable. Is that Steve Young? I can't tell who that is.
and when you talk about other teams, the
Well, look at that right there. That look. That one. He goes, what? Like what? The white guy. Look, the white guy goes, what? Like, did you say jigaboo? Like, what?
all those jigaboos wrong. And when you talk about other
Here it is. Watch this.
future, I think he proved all those jigaboos wrong. And when you talk about other teams, the
Dude, wait till you see this. Hold on. Let me put my video. I didn't know my video wasn't on. Oh my god, bro. He's like, so I think he proved all those jigaboos wrong, and the white guy's like, what? Like what?
back of the future, I think he proved all those jigaboos wrong. And when you talk about other teams, the
Dude, that's one of the funniest. I didn't even notice his reaction. Watch this slow motion.
talk about other teams, the Chiefs.
He's like, what?
Couldn't get it done. He couldn't operate from the pocket. He's not the quarterback of the future. I think he proved all those jigaboos wrong. And when you talk about other teams,
Dude, that is one of the fucking. Dude, it was like that. The white guy's head exploded inside. Like, dude, his brain like went. Like he's like, wait, I thought. Wait, what?
He's like, how do I respond?
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. This is like it's almost like the Mike Myers and Kanye West thing. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's exactly the look he's got when Kanye says George Bush doesn't like black people, and then Mike Myers just like turns from Kanye to the camera, like this look of incredulity on his face, like and then they cut away.
When uncomfortable white people.
That was great. That's one of the greatest scenes ever.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the black guy said it, so it's okay. You didn't say it. It's fine to agree with him.
But yeah, let's finish up on this.
Yeah.
The winner, obviously, Action Andretti.
whoa.
And I actually wrote Action Andretti with an exclamation mark. That means a lot.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, certainly someone I didn't expect. Progresses Jericho's story, I think, as many other people said. Very enjoyable surprise sleeper match of the night, and it was fun. It was a fucking fun match, especially because like the audience was really into it too,
Yeah.
and was just really chanting for a lot of the support and stuff, and a lot of great, a lot of great lines and such. Let's go, Jobber. But yeah, then we got backstage promo with Ricky Starks talking about how he's going to do tonight. Then we've got a promo between FTR talking about what happened at ROH final. What was it? Final battle.
Final battle the other night. There's going to be a replay of Final Battle and what happened at ROH Final Battle. Yeah.
So basically, they're talking about how they were attacked by the Ass Boys, who they're just called, like they're just referring to them by their last names. Then we get backstage where Jericho is mad. He's just throwing a bunch of shit around. Then we get the match between Tay Mello versus Ruby Soho. I gotta say, this was a boring match in my opinion. It wasn't a bad match, but I wasn't invested. Obviously, they've got to settle this whole thing out. Ruby, got her nose broken by Tay Mello's negligence. So they had to, sort of settle that sort of thing. The winner was Ruby Soho. I see very few notes for this one. But then Anna Jay comes out. She attacks Ruby Soho, which means that they're setting up some sort of conflict between those two, or potentially her and Tay, and or Ty, whatever. She keeps changing her name. And then, who knows? Maybe there'll be somebody who'll work with Ruby Soho. So that was that match. Then we get a backstage promo from Adam Cole. Did you see this, Joe?
No, I did not see this.
It hurts. It hurts a bit, I think.
What was it?
I don't think it was a really good promo, to be quite honest.
Oh, from Adam Cole?
Yeah.
Was he still get the brain injury?
Well, he basically at one point said that his kid came up to him and he couldn't even remember his kid's name for 10 minutes.
Oh, wait, this was No, you're talking about Adam Hangman Page, right?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I did see Adam Hangman Page's promo.
I should have written.
No, it's
Page.
not good because Adam Hangman Page comes off as like, dude, like the rich little white kid who is spoiled in the neighborhood, who's trying so hard to be something, but he's really just a fucking soft loser who's never really been in a real fight. He sucks, bro. Sorry to say it.
Yeah, so I was just wondering whether or not you thought his promo was believable. This whole thing that he was going to against Moxley was, something that you wanted to look forward to, but it just, I don't know, it just seemed very forced, and it just, and he's associating obviously currently with the Dark Order, but is he really bringing anything to them?
No, I don't understand it. Dark Order's only here because, obviously the history. And
I could give me 30 days, I'll make Dark Order as good as they were before.
I still like Dark Order for what they are when they're around. I think they always should be around in a way. Maybe it's I don't know.
I mean, John Silver's
sad.
funny and stuff, but he's also a good wrestler. The problem is that they're using them more as a jokey type, like WWE did with the fucking Good Brothers. When they first brought them in, they used them as jokes, really.
Yeah.
This is part of fucking Bullet Club, and you're going to treat them like that?
And the thing about it, too, is, Adam Page he just is not good on the promo. He just he wears the butterflies.
What you thought?
Yeah, it's not good.
To me, it was a bad promo.
Bad promo. One of the worst things of the night.
Even for him.
Yes, it was one of the worst things we saw tonight. Everything was pretty good. Everything was pretty good. That was not.
Next thing, we got a backstage promo from Orange Cassidy, Dustin Rhodes, Danhausen, and the Best Friends. They're going to be facing off on Friday Rampage against the Butcher Blade, and I can't remember who the third person is that they've currently got in their group, but you know what? It should be interesting, I think. I do like that team. Cassidy's fucking incredible. And yeah, this is the last year that we're going to see Dustin Rhodes wrestling. So get it in while you can, because this guy made, People can say whatever the fuck they want about him. But if you take a look back at what he did, not just in WCW, but what he did in WWF with the Gold Dust character, the guy
Oh, yeah.
changed things big time. And even when it was detrimental to him, the guy made it work for him. I mean, that's so often with the stupid gimmicks that fucking McMahon has fucking pulled. It's like, oh, I'm gonna make you look terrible. Meanwhile, these guys embrace it and then get over with the fucking crowd.
Yeah, I think it was amazing. It was a great dude. I love when I see something different. And one thing about Jericho is he does try to get something different to happen once in a while like this, and it was really good. This show had a mix of stuff that kept me entertained. We had the big main event at the end.
That's the last one we're going to talk about. That's what we're just getting to.
The beginning had the hot little beginning match that had a story behind it. All these things that happened throughout the night. This mixture of stuff that happened is what made me happy. I think
they started the night out right with the Death Triangle versus the Elite. I think that really started the night off on a good pace, and it continued out throughout the entire night. And it really got pumped up after fucking Action Andretti went against Jericho. That really pumped up the entire feeling of the entire show.
Yeah, it brought new life again to the show after it already was going. So yeah, this was a great show to see. If you were in the crowd tonight, I would have had a blast if I was there to see this.
There was one sign that said, "Who farted?"
I saw that bottom right.
Yeah, bottom right.
Listen, I'd probably give it a 7.5 tonight, maybe an 8.
I'm a solid 8.3 for me. But the last match, basically, obviously, this was the Diamond Ring and World Title winner takes all. I thought that the ring gimmick was you get a new winner every year, but apparently it's supposed to be passed every year, at least from what the announcer said. But I can't really give it to the commentary because they're usually wrong. But yeah, this is the fourth time now.
Why put the belt on the line with the ring? That's the thing I didn't get.
Yeah, that was also another thing that I didn't really agree with, but it is the way it is. I don't agree with MJF announcing when he was going to cash in that chip. I don't.
It's weird too. Yeah.
Yeah. Did he deserve to win? Is that something better for the company for him to move forward as the champ? Yes. Should he have announced it and said, Moxley, I'm going to be facing you this day? No, that thing is supposed to be, in my opinion, supposed to be like the Money in the Bank, cashed in at the last moment, and that fits so much better MJF's character. It's like, I'm going to take advantage of you basically being bloodied after a big match. I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to take that title.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with the way that went, but regardless, that's the way it went. But this match here, so yeah, winner takes all. Starks versus MJF. Huge cheers for Starks. And I'm very surprised. This has been very organic, the support that Starks has gotten since turning face and really, getting into this sort of position. He really is getting people behind him. And there was major boos for MJF, which I do like when a heel is supposed to get the heat that they're supposed to. There's some funny stuff in the match. MJF doing the Ricky Starks pose. And then does a Flair strut after he hits Ricky to the mat. He was biting Starks as well, which is hilarious. And at this point, the audience starts to stand. Like, just huge amounts of the audience is just fucking standing. Basically, you got MJF trying to pull an arm stretch on the guy and holding the rope, but eventually the ref picks up and he kicks his arm out, and eventually there was a submission on Starks. He hides behind the ref. Oh yeah, so he pushes he gets behind the ref and he pushes the ref in front of him, and then as the ref tries to get around, he punches
that was
Starks
weird.
in the balls, and then he just rolls him up.
It wasn't the smoothest thing.
Yeah, but it is sort of expected. I mean,
yeah,
he is the heel champ, so he's going to win in a dirty way, and he certainly won. And there you go. But as soon as that happens, then you've got Bryan Danielson come out to try to help out Ricky Starks, and MJF runs. So it looks like they're going to be setting up some sort of feud between those two. And again, even Bryan Danielson has said that he hasn't said that this year's his last. He's saying that he's winding down, that he is going to be stopping wrestling soon.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd like to continue working, but not as a wrestler. So
Right.
I'm thinking he's going to be a trainer. He's going to be somebody that's going to help as a producer, somebody for creative and stuff. And the guy is good at that.
He might open up his own.
What's that?
Brian.
Jesus.
Say that again there.
Oh, Dan, your shit just broke into itself.
Let me come back.
Let you come back. Superman's not coming back, apparently. James Cavill's out of Superman.
No, I still hear that there's what's his name? James
Gunn said he's
James
out.
Gunn is, well, I've heard
This is breaking news.
It's breaking news.
James Gunn says Henry Cavill won't be back as Superman.
For all the things that people want to shit on Marvel for, rightfully so, DC deserves just as much as that same bullshit, because they've also been stupid about, what should we do? And we don't know. And so clueless.
Am I better now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
For the time being.
I was saying Bryan Danielson might open up his own wrestling school. You just made the list.
I bet he, yeah, I could see him doing that. The Dragon School of Cocksucking.
Open up the next Heart Dungeon school or whatever.
Well, he's still, I think, one of the best wrestlers around, as do many people. And if we can get a few more matches out of him where we can actually see his technical ability, I think it's going to be great. But yeah, he's announced that he will essentially be slowing down and eventually stopping his involvement with wrestling. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's winding down, I'm sure. So it's a valuable time. One of his things, looks like he's going to try to put MJF over somehow.
yeah, no, certainly think that that's the case. MJF, I think, retains the title to 2024.
Yeah.
So, those people that will be, especially the veterans that will be wrestling against him, will be making him look like $1 million. And he actually looked really good tonight. Shit, this guy's been, showing himself off on social media. He's working out hard, and his body certainly, you can see the big difference between the way he started and the way he is right now with his physicality. So, take that as you want, but it certainly goes to show, I think, that he is dedicated in trying to make himself, the physical specimen. And he's also working the movies and stuff, which means that he's going to want himself to look good, so that I guess it opens up more possibilities for roles. So
yeah.
Not to mention that thing at the UFC with him attending the event.
Yep.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, he's going to be there.
That's part of the job. That's what he should be doing everywhere. He should be showing up at some kids like lemonade stand and like just kick it over and just be like, I'm the champ, and just walk away or something, make the kid cry. That's what he should be doing.
Yeah, no, I agree. And he's doing the right thing. He's getting around. People aren't really noticing. I feel like that's the problem is, again, wrestling is in its own little bubble. And the problem is, as always, that we've been saying for years and years now, about 10 years, and it's just gotten worse. They're producing no new fans. They're bleeding fans still. They're losing fans still, but they're not producing new fans in wrestling. There are some new fans that are coming, but they're leaving too fast. So people are leaving too fast. So, this is good for the current fans and for all of us. But in the long term of growing a larger audience to wrestling, it's not that. Something else has to be done. That's my only thing. But for us right now, this is great. MJF is the guy to do it, to entertain us.
Well, we've reached the end of all the matches. That's how it ends.
Yeah.
But I need to add this. Okay, so Big Bill now, since we can't call him Morrissey. I still don't even understand why they call him Morrissey in the first place. But Big Bill who should be wearing a cowboy hat if that's what he's called.
Yeah.
I want to see.
Right.
I want to see him go against Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs. Like the big guy. They've got some really big guys.
Yeah.
And the Singh guy. I mean, like you would expect the Singh guy would be a good person to go against Big Bill. It sounds so bad. I hate it. Sounds. God damn it! It just fucking. I don't like saying it. Dude, it sounds like something like fucking WWE would make. Big Bill. Hey, it's Big Bill. Big Bill.
Big
God,
Bill.
it sounds terrible. I'd rather call him W. Morrissey than this shit. But, like, you've got this guy who's fucking... The guy really improved himself. Remember when he kind of let himself go? And then, you know, because he got unemployed and then he just fucking built himself. This guy looks like $1 million. The guy's fucking powerful, very talented, and certainly capable of going up against big people, whether it be Hobbs, whether it be fucking Keith Lee, Cage. The guy could be putting on amazing performances, whether face or heel. But the guy's got that potential, and I think I don't want to say they're wasting him right now, but it's frustrating to know that it's potentially capable of booking him better.
Right.
I don't want to talk too badly against my my friend Tony Khan. But again, Tony, call me, man. I can help you out here, man. And, you got to hire Joe, though. That is the requirement of this whole agreement. But hire Joe and at least help me out for writing some scripts. I'll do it pro bono.
And while you guys are all enjoying AEW and WWE, I'll be sniffing around the streets for Mandy. That's what I'll be doing. Listen, man.
You can get her $40 a month, right?
Yeah, but I want to experience the real thing. I'm gonna leave my wife, look for Mandy, But I'm gonna wrap it up tonight. Gonna get out of here. Dave, you did great.
Thank you.
I love tonight's show. I have no more steam left to give. I'm about to fall asleep.
It was just a good night. I mean, it was
Good
just
show.
a good night of wrestling. You don't always have to expect everything to be totally serious and stuff, but at least it was something
entertaining.
that was fun.
Yeah, this entertained me for 2 hours. 1 hour is not enough. 3 hours too much. 2 hours is perfect, especially
That's right.
if it hits like this.
It's the Goldilocks zone.
Yep. The 2 hours is the Goldilocks zone of wrestling. There's no doubt about it. Boys, good night. Devious Dave Rose. Check him out. I called up and had a little bit of a meltdown there the other day. We played some of that on the show. Dan Kennedy, thank you for being here. Dan, how's your lisp doing?
My list is expanding.
You just made the list.
I love you, bro. I really do. Listen to this.
Welcome to the desk.
Thank you very much, Taz.
Hello, sir.
Mr. Schiavone.
Hello.
Man in the mask. How are you today?
Doing quite well,
You
sir.
little creme brulee, you. I'd like to crack you and let you just melt in me. I would, honestly.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Yikes.
Yeah. That's one of the greatest clips of all time. And I don't think a lot of people know about it for some reason. Boys, good night. Thank you.
Take care, man.
Thanks for being here. Devious, Dave Rose, Dan Kennedy. We'll be back tomorrow. But Thursday night at some point. And, of course, Friday night. Friday night throwdown right here. Watching SmackDown, you're watching AEW Rampage. You're watching Friday Night Throwdown right here for an hour or two on the Joe Cronin Show. And then Saturday night is Monetize This. And we get down and sexy on Saturday night. Hope you guys join us here for that. This is AEW Winter is Coming. Why we played the NBA theme for the Winter is Coming show, I'll never know, but it was cool, I guess. Winter is Coming 2022. This is the third one. Hard to believe it. Nothing beats that imagery of Sting arriving, though, with the snow. That first one, man. That was so well done there. Great stuff.
I'm gonna gargle your piss.
And thank you to Soundwave 92 for the $25.25. It's the top donation of the stream. Actually, $29 was when he followed it up with the $29. Soundwave 92 solo, dropping big ones tonight. Gerald Armstrong and everybody else who donated tonight, thank you so much. You know the deal. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Hit up the Patreon and get weird and wet. Mandy Rose, I'm going to go beat off. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hit the like button. We're almost at 100.
I just my fucker!